This is Square One fan coming right at you, folks. Watched WrestleMania 26 last night, and I'll give you my rating towards the end of the video. But let me just say this right now. If some of you people actually believe in your own mind that WrestleMania 26 was as great as you thought it was, you're either two things. Number one, you're either haven't been a wrestling fan for a long time, you just started watching back in 2006 or in that time period, or number two, you've been watching longer than that, only the problem is that the WWE has been turned into absolute garbage the last couple of years. You just give up and be a defeatist to say, you know what? Whatever, I'll just take whatever the WWE spews at me. It shows up my ass every week, I'll just take whatever it shows up my ass and deal with it. And it's to the point where you guys set your standards too low. I mean, to you now, the bar has been lowered so much that almost anything will be a great show. I mean, you have to be either one of those two things, because last night was, judging by what I've read on YouTube and other forums, other sites, just today, you make it seem like that this WrestleMania was better than WrestleMania 20. Hell, you actually make it seem like it was better than 21, let alone 20 or 17 or 19. Now, don't get me wrong. Show was slightly better than last year's, and the show was slightly better, or if not better, than some WrestleManias back in the 1990s. But come on. 9 out of 10? 9.5 out of 10? 8 out of 10 even? I don't think so. I just don't think so. I thought 24 was overrated. Now I'm beginning to think that this one will be overrated. Guys, one great match doesn't make the whole entire show great, let alone WrestleMania. If that were the case, WrestleMania 13 would be an 8 out of 10 pay-per-view, or 9 out of 10. I don't care how great Stone Cold and Bret Hart was, and believe me, it was a 5-star classic in my opinion. Great match, one of the all-time greats. Not just in WrestleMania, but in the WWE. But just because Shawn Michaels and Undertaker Part 2 was a great match, not a 5-star classic, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5, but not a 5-star classic. But just because it was a great match, that doesn't make the whole entire show great. There were still too many flaws throughout the night for my liking. I'm not gonna go all over the show to point out each and every one of those flaws. But come on, like I said, one match doesn't make the whole show great. All right, let's just calm down. Digest what happened last night and think about this rationally. Now, I'm not gonna go over everything that happened last night, all the matches. I mean, it's only a 10-minute limit for YouTube. But like I said, best match of the night, HBK Taker. Hopefully, it was HBK's last match. Hopefully. I mean, if he pulls a Ric Flair, I'm gonna go absolutely crazy. But it was a great match for those two guys. Proper send-off at the end. Shawn Michaels congratulating the fans and whatnot, going up the ramp, and it was a classic, not 5-star classic, but it was classic. 4.5 out of 5, 4.5 stars. The two title matches, Edge and Jericho, and also Dave Bautista and John Cena. I'll start with Cena and Batista right now. It was what it was, It's just an example of who Cena is able to work with in the ring, and Batista isn't one of those guys. I mean, their match wasn't awful or god awful or dreadful, but wasn't that good as some of you guys are making it out to be. I'll give it 2.5 out of 5. I mean, Batista basically lived up to his nickname, Botch-tista. I mean, awful spear, awful power bomb, and when he did that DDT, that reverse into a DDT, I thought John Cena's neck was like in trouble. I thought his neck was like basically almost damaged. You know, like I said, he's too. I mean, some of you Cena haters. I'm no big Cena fan, but some of you guys saying you can't wrestle, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Look at who's he's in the ring with. All right, I mean, come on. Botch-tista. That's all you need to know. Botch-tista. Best part was after the match, John Cena came over to the fans and he actually posed with the Cena haters. Now that is a class act. I mean, he you know, Cena, he takes a lot of shit, and believe me, he deserves a lot of shit, especially with his like ring style and his gimmick or lack of a gimmick. But he's a sport. You know, you can't deny that he's a good sport. You know. Then the other title match was Edge and Jericho. I was a bit disappointed with this match, believe it or not. I mean, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. I can only give it that rating because of two major things. First of all, the booking and it just didn't click for some reason. I mean, it was good for these two guys, but I don't know. I mean, something about Edge that just lacks something, especially as a face. You know, maybe needed to change his attitude a little bit. I don't know, but the booking of this match really set me off. I thought the WWE banned chair shots and illegal foreign objects to the head. Yet, Jericho comes in and nails Edge the back of the head with the title belt. What kind of illogical booking is that? Even after a match, you have Edge with a severed leg, injured leg, yet he's able to spear Jericho through the barricade like it was nothing. What kind of book? Can somebody explain to me what kind of illogical booking is that? It was a cool spot, but what kind of booking was that? I mean, can somebody explain that to me? Can somebody explain to me the logic of that? Huh? Other than that, give it 3.5, 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. My explanation will be like located in the description box there for my matches and the star ratings and whatnot. As far as everything else goes, congratulations to Jack Swagger winning the Money in the Bank. Did not see that coming whatsoever. Now, it's good that the WWE is starting. I think they're starting to repush this guy now. Now, let's just see the follow-up of this. I mean, we got Swagger winning the match. Now, let's just see the follow-up and the aftermath of what happened. The match itself, I'll give it 3 out of 5. It was probably one of the worst Money in the Bank matches. I mean, it wasn't awful. I mean, there's some cool spots, but other than that, this is what happens when you add 10 people. It's a clusterfuck. Excuse my language, but that's what it was. And let's leave it like that. Other stuff that happened, I'm not going to go into it too much. Randy Orton won this match. He might turn face. Who knows? Might be interesting to watch in the future. Rey Mysterio beat CM Punk like I predicted. It was quite a short match, though. I mean, there were some cool moves by Ray throughout. Other than that, I just can't rate it as high as I wanted it to be rated. I'll give it about 3 stars. You know, it was what it was. But other than that, it wasn't anything memorable. Bret versus Vince. The less said about this match, the better. It was basically over 10 minutes of Vince getting his ass kicked by Bret. For all the hype and build given towards it, it was very dreadful. I'd give it a 1.5. Only good thing about it was Hart Dynasty getting involved in it. And other than that, it was awful. It was pretty awful. Big Show and Miz retain their titles. Who cares? And there was a Divas match last night. Who cares? Michael Cole, you suck. What else is new? The announce team was awful all night long. I mean, there was some. I guess Jerry Lawler was kind of enthusiastic, even though it was a fake enthusiasm. Jim Ross would have provided a nice change of pace, in my opinion. He should have called at least a Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match. Other than that, overall, the show gets a 7 out of 10, even though I should rate it a 6.5 out of 10. I'll be generous and give it a 7 out of 10. Before I go, I want to ask you guys this quick question. Did you, in your mind or in your hearts, believe that the money you spent on this show was worth it? I mean, for the $55 or however much you spent in this economy, did you get your money's worth out of WrestleMania 26? Be honest with me. This is Square One Fan coming right at you. Rate, subscribe, and comment, and I am out. Peace.